Hi. Hi, all of my fellow kinesiologists. Welcome to today, the 12th of June, which is my birthday today. So, welcome. Thank you for joining me if you're watching me live or if you're watching me back at another time. So, today continues on our journey from what we started yesterday. So, yesterday we looked at the heart space, and that is module one of meditation for kinesiology. But today we're going to go on a journey into module two, which is where we learn the 5 principles of working with intuitive meditations in your kinesiology sessions. So these principles really become the structure and the framework that we then create our intuitive meditations from. Because remember, as we move through the course, I think it's in week 6, I think it might be, you'll actually start to learn how to create your own meditations, which is really cool and exciting to think that you can create specific meditations for your specific client. You don't need to read them out of the book or read anybody else's meditation. You can actually start to create your own intuitive meditations. So the 5 principles that we actually use then as the structure. So the first one that we look at is the intention. So this is setting the intention of what we're wanting to do with our client. Almost, if we talk in kinesiology terms, it's almost that goal of how we're working and what we're wanting to achieve for our client in that space. And often this is, that overall goal of the balance, or it could be something broken down from that goal. Then from there, we move into the breath. Okay, so our breath is then the next section of it. So our breath really is that key and takes us on that journey within. And it is a beautiful way to connect into that space. And we spend tomorrow, we'll go through the breath, because I devote a whole module to the breath, because there's so much theory and information and different breathing techniques that we can draw upon, and I'll share a couple of them with you tomorrow. So that's the second principle. Then the third principle is we have the heart space. And remember, yesterday we talked about that heart space and how that is the center of our inner knowing, that connection that we have with ourselves, that truth, that trust of ourselves, and the center of our intuition. So we actually then spend some time in the heart space in these intuitive meditations to open that up for the client, to put them in that space of openness, so then they can then hear and receive their messages and have that aha moment for themselves, because that really is the aim of these meditations, for them to own it and to hear it for themselves. Then we move into the fourth principle, and the fourth principle is just that intuition. So if you imagine this beautiful journey we've taken them on through the breath to their within, to their inner body, then we've taken them into their heart to expand them out, and then we then allow their intuition to drop in. And we'll do this through the guided space, and this is where we take them on the journey of where we need to go for the meditation. And then finally, we bring into the grounding section. So the grounding section of the meditation is really important, and not to be skipped over and moved on to the next thing that we're doing in our balance. It's really important that we spend time in the grounding to give our client the opportunity to bring to words what they experienced in the meditation, and also ground it in 3D reality. Because when we're in our meditation and we're receiving these in beautiful intuitive knowings and intuitive hits, that's all up here in 5D, all this beautiful space, the imagination, the dream space. But if we don't actually ground it into reality, into the now, then it just stays up there in this space. Maybe one day we'll remember it. Maybe one day, this might come true. But we need to actually spend that moment to ground it. And this is where we just chat to our client about what that meditation was and what it meant to them, what they saw, what they heard. And we actually then work out from there, what that means and what that symbolizes to them. So they are the 5 principles in a very quick analysis. So we have the intention, we have the breath, we have the heart, my favorite place, we have the intuition, and then we have the grounding. And they form the structure, the framework of these creative meditations that you'll learn how to create. And I know these, yeah, they really are a beautiful space to that groundwork, that framework of the meditations, and you can explore and be creative and go wild within there and having that experience for your client. So what I want to do now, if you can join me live, I'd like to actually take you through one of the standard intuitive meditations. And this is from the booklet that I have. And this booklet has, I think it's about 30 meditations at this stage. I haven't counted recently. It does continue to change and upgrade as we go along. But today I want to take you through one of the meditations. And the meditation specifically is actually the Meridian Intuitive Meditation. So this Meridian Intuitive Meditation is a beautiful way to bring in their clients' awareness into the meridian lines and also help them to release any blockages, but bring that beautiful visual image of the meridian lines. So today what I want to do is spend a moment, if you're familiar with the meridian lines, if you know one off by heart, or maybe even grab out your book. You can always press pause on this, grab out your book and have a quick look through a meridian line, because we'll need that information when we go through the meditation. And when you're working with your client in this space, you may actually physically put your hands on the body to remind them, or actually verbally give them the cues of where their meridian line is, so you can then help them to then bring in that energetic space, that energetic line into the meditation. So hopefully you can join me live now for the meditation. Otherwise, you can always watch me back at another time. I mean, there is no accident that you're jumped on Facebook at this moment to watch this or later on. So please honor that, and let's do the meditation together. And remembering here, just bring to mind a meridian line that you would like to run, or one that comes to mind through this meditation. If you can't think of one, you can always just use, for ease of purpose, that I can show you just quickly here on the arm. You could always do the lung, which goes from here up and then down the outside and to the tip of your thumb. You could always do that meridian on both sides, just for ease of knowing a meridian line. So let's begin. So I invite you now to close down your eyes. And starting to let go of the outside world as you close down your eyes. And begin now by taking in a deep breath. Breathing into your belly and filling it up as much as possible. And then releasing it through your mouth. And again, breathing into your belly and filling it up as much as possible. Holding here for a moment as you feel this energy build and releasing through your mouth. And one more time as you fill your belly up as much as possible. Holding it here and then releasing through your mouth. And now just allow your breath to return to a more natural rhythm. Just a slightly deepened rhythm for you. By simply deepening our breath, we are signaling to our bodies and minds that we are safe. Safe to leave the outside world behind and be present to our inner world, where all our gold and wisdom lies. Bring your breath now into your heart space and feel it swirl through here with a beautiful color and energy. What color is in your heart space today? Imagine that you are painting your whole heart space with this beautiful color with a golden paintbrush. This colour is filled with compassion and love. And I invite you now to bring that same paintbrush to one of your meridian lines. And as your focus comes onto this meridian line, imagine that you are painting along this meridian line with your paintbrush and your heart colour. And as this paintbrush flows through your meridian line, just begin to notice if there's any areas of disconnection, jagged or stagnant energy here. And bring your paintbrush to this space with gentle flowing strokes. And allow this colour to flow through with ease and grace. You'll begin to see any blockages disperse easily and gracefully as you continue along your meridian line. When you look at this meridian line from a distance, you can see that it is one continual line of energy and colour flowing with ease in your heart colour. See it come alive before your eyes. And as this beautiful meridian line flows with ease, if you need to do the other side of your body on the meridian line, do this now. As you bring your beautiful paintbrush with your heart colour to both sides of your meridian line. And just imagine now that if your meridian line had a voice, what would it want to share with you today? And we'll leave this beautiful meridian line flowing fully and fluidly with your heart colour as you begin to bring your attention back onto your breath. Bringing yourself back into the moment of now. Maybe bringing some gentle movement back into your body. And when you're ready, blinking open your eyes. Welcome back. Which meridian line